Mark, I want to switch the conversation a little bit to fake news and Donald Trump and your relationship with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
What's it going to be like in 2017 dealing with President Trump?
I think unpredictability is the key word to use with Donald Trump. I mean, the day he came around to lunch with us, he began the morning with a tweet, the failing NY Times. And he left after 75 minutes on the record conversation with us. He left the building and told the world's media the New York Times was a jewel for America and the world. So go figure. I mean, in other words, I think that relationship, he's what's so interesting about him, he's so focused on the media. He regards himself, in some justice, as an expert on the media. He believes that attack is the best form of defence. So he's going to be very engaged.
You're going to go after him. You're going to have someone go after him.
I hope we're going to cover him, as it were, and cover him objectively.
Yeah, but at the top of the paper the next day, it's going to say all the fake news that fits to print, or, whatever. What is fake news?
Well, I think this, in a way, it's one of these very slippery terms. At its extreme, it's Alex Baldwin dead at 59, i.e. a commercial, untrue statement, which is clickbait. It's designed to click through. I worry much more about something which is very close, but which basically is wild and sometimes knowingly false assertions, including by politicians, which masquerade as facts and factual statements. And I think in many ways, the real poison in our public discourse, in the kind of language of politics, is statements which don't sound like opinions. They sound like facts, and they're just not true. And I think it's not just kind of kids in Montenegro inventing this stuff for money. It's actually political leaders doing this stuff and retweeting it.
I think there is a sort of self-correcting that does go on to some extent. I think for both Mark's point of view and ours, I think there is a point at which the spread of fake news also helps the proper news come through. And you can argue people on the right would be rude about the New York Times, people on the left would be rude about the Wall Street Journal.
But what I worry about is that for people, thoughtful people, prepared to take the trouble to go and find out what's happening, I think that's true, and it may actually make our businesses work better. But when you look at the population as a whole, I think you can feel false ideas, exaggerated ideas of what's going on, getting real political traction and actually changing electoral results.
Do you think there's something different about Donald Trump? I mean, the attitude I've very much taken is we should cover Donald Trump as if he's any other president. If he does things which are wrong, we criticise him for it. But we analyse him as he is. But there seems to be an element of, a lot of people seem to be coming out with, this is how we will cover him, this is how we will...
I think I absolutely believe that we should cover him objectively and not with some kind of political bias, definitely.